Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Nikki and Brie Show. And I like to think this episode is our episode that is ending our summer fun.
I can't believe it. I mean, it's actually pretty crazy that summer's kind of over. I feel like it went by really fast,
It always goes by fast. School is
I
started, we're all
guess.
back in routine, and that's it. No more
That's
long mornings, just lay in the sun, do nothing,
well,
hear your kids
well, we
fight.
keep those for Sundays, but you're right.
That's right. That's Saturday and Sunday now.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of fun because obviously there's been, some shows that have gone viral this past summer and a lot of memes. And I thought, Brie, we could kind of dive into a little bit about the summer that changed me. It's just so on brand socially. So why not? We're reaching the tail end of summer, things are slowing down, kids are going back to school. I mean, for some.
Right,
And we've
right.
already set our intentions for the fall season, which I really loved. And I just cannot wait to start to check some things off that bucket list. So we both did, thought it'd be fun to reflect on this past summer, talk about the standout moments of fun, which were so many, transformation, chaos, and of course, healing and so much more, right?
Oh my gosh, yes.
So I first want to ask you, Bree. So as we're going to have this reflection of summer, what's something that stood out to you that left an impression on you this past summer?
Yeah, I mean, I think, this summer, I guess I'll never forget because Nana passed away last week.
Yeah.
And so I feel like I'll kind of remember the summer of my last time seeing her, holding her hand, having deep
Mm,
conversations. I mean, Nana was always the type of woman who I felt like, I mean, not only did we feel unconditional love with her, but every time we had a
mhm.
conversation with her, which we talked to her like every other day, she always left something profound with us. Like whether it was
Yeah.
like her happy energy or some type of advice. So I guess this summer, I got that was all my last times I got with Nana. And so I always kind of remember the summer of that for sure.
Yeah, and
I don't know. What about you?
and I agree. Yeah, mine would be the same. I mean, I feel like there are a few other different moments for me as well because I've had some profound moments in the ring this past summer, starting at Evolution. And that would have been mine until Nana passing a week ago. But I'll speak about both. First Evolution that really set one laid a foundation for me and my singles match with Chelsea as far as what I want this next era to be for me, this comeback. It had this impression of like where I'm at in life, where I want to be, how far do I want to step out of my comfort zone, like how hard am I going to work, like so much. And that's not just in ring work, but it's helped me focus even more on inner health, outer health, being a mom, being an entrepreneur, being a career woman, balance, all of the things. So that was pretty much like that the start of the summer for me of like what has gone on, right? And it left an impression, but obviously nothing like our Nana.
Right.
Nana and for so many of you, because I've been seeing all the posts, because Brie and I haven't spoke about it yet, but I know some family members had a post. So of course the Bella Army, everyone got to see her on Total Divas and Total Bellas, and we've talked about her a lot here, and everyone knows how much our Nana means to us. And it's just been hard for Brie and I. We've had to take the time to process. It's, anyone who deals with grief, it's a wave of emotions. Um, and it's funny because Brie and I both were talking like uh, how much Nana's left an impression on us for the past 41 years. We were like, nothing, like a post 20 photos of a slide, nothing will ever equal to the impact she's had on our lives, the love that she's given us, the support, um, the the growth of like she truly just by being her and her leadership and the matriarch of our family has raised us from these girls to these incredible women, and so much was mainly because of her. I mean, we spoke about this. We're like, there's just not enough words. There's not
Right.
enough photos. There's just not enough of what truly describes who Nana was and what she did for us by being our Nana. And she was way more like a mom than a Nana. So yeah, you're right. We'll never forget the summer 25.
Right. And I feel like too, um, it's interesting. It's like I almost don't feel I need to post. It's like
I
one of those
agree.
weird things where I get it's kind of like how we're conditioned in today's world and how we speak to each other. Um, but I don't know. I, it's every time I've sat down to be like, should I not? I can't go like further than that because it doesn't, in my,
Bria,
nothing in my body makes
yeah,
me feel like I need to do it or do I want to do it? And so I just listen to that and it's not like I owe it to
I
anyone.
agree.
It's my way. And yeah, like even today, like when you and I like called each other immediately because I'm vacuuming, which my grandmother loved. She loved cleaning. Um and this humongous dragonfly comes into my house because I leave my back doors open because the weather's so gorgeous right now. And it's the biggest, by the way, dragonfly I've ever seen. I mean, it was huge. Like the body, I couldn't believe it. And it was like going on a tour of my house. And then it like came and it kept trying to like land on my head. And the kids are like crying, laughing because I'm screaming. And it was like following me. But I did get goosebumps head to toe because I'm like, Nana, is that you? Like, I always know you wanted to see my mountain house. And are you taking a tour? Like, are you trying to say hi? Like, and of course I believe in all that. So I was like, well, hi, Nana. Like, what do you think of the home? And then
Yeah,
the dragonfly made its way right out the door. It's like it knew where to go to
yeah,
leave, didn't feel trapped, nothing. So, it's like interesting because I feel like that's the way you and I are processing it. I think, you and I will like sit on the phone all night bawling our eyes out, being like talking about every memory. But for me, that's what I need. I can't write it down right now. I can't like I don't know. I just need to talk about it with other people who understand like that same feeling, which is you and mom
yeah.
and my cousins and siblings. You know what I mean?
Right. No, it's true. And I've loved, and I just want to say thank you to all the people though who have wrote beautiful posts for Nana. From the Bella Army to distant family members and friends.
Right.
That's been so beautiful to see because Nana's impact went so
Hmm.
beyond immediate family, outer family. I mean, it went way beyond. And it's so funny when Bree brought up the dragonfly, I had told Bree, it was so Nana passed Saturday, and I had to fly to Philly the next morning. Which my cousin and I happened. She just was like, "I'm like, hey, I'm going to Eagles camp," and Maddie's like, "I'm so in." Um, and so it was crazy for us to be flying to Philly, like where Pop Up was born and raised, and the Eagles are such part of our family. And so,
Yeah.
but Maddie and I are like, we just have to stay strong because right when we saw each other that morning at the airport, it was like tough. And that's, I just tried to like, okay, let's try to put emotions on hold, come back, which never works. Cause like when I went out to Raw that night, you and I always have always had our prayer. We always just pray before we
Yep.
go out.
Hmm.
So it's just hit me really hard and made me choke up like the first time praying to Nana. I was like,
I
this is
know.
so weird, you know. But I did feel her lioness energy come and help me, do that. But help me get stuff done in the ring. But Bree and I, when I got home, we were texting. Bree, were we texting about signs on Saturday?
I can't
Or
remember.
when was that?
We text a lot, so I
We
don't
do
know.
text a lot. So we were sitting talking about signs and just like, oh, we can't wait, maybe it's like 2 days that we'll get a sign. But we just Brie had it sticks with me so hard when you're like, I just wish I could get a postcard from Nana from heaven. Like she's like, okay girls, I've arrived and like I'm okay, like
Yeah.
fun party.
Hmm.
And I'm like, oh, I keep thinking about that, Brie, like, can't God just let us have postcards from heaven? I would just really like to see it in writing.
It would be amazing, right?
um it'd be amazing. But Bree and I, we're on text at this point, like going back and forth. Like, we just can't wait till we have this sign, like, Nana's good. and then I feel something staring at me, and I'm like, I look up. You guys, a hawk landed where I have my olive tree. By the way, it's way too low for a hawk to be. Like, a hawk just doesn't come to this little fence where my olive tree is at, and I'm looking, and you could tell it's a female hawk, and it's just staring at me. And I, like, just I felt there's a lot of emotions, a lot of feelings, like, it felt like Nana. And then I took a photo though and sent it to Bree, but it was right when we were talking about the signs, and I'm like, and then I had to like Google all the meanings of it, right? But I was like,
Right.
"Oh my gosh, that's my Nana." And like protect her, like she would come to me as a hawk, right? Like,
For
but
sure.
then the dragonflies. So then there was another hard evening. Of course, as people who deal with grief, it's just a lot of different waves. I'm sitting out there and I'm listening to music, having a glass of wine. And Mateo was watching a show, and one of Nana and Poppop's songs came on, and I was just like, "Oh my gosh," just losing it. And 2 dragonflies come out of nowhere, and they look like they're dancing. Big, just like what Bree saw, 2 big, beautiful blue dragonflies, and they look like they're just putting a dance on for me. And I was just like, tears pouring, like, "Oh
Waterworks.
my gosh, that's my Nana and Pop-Up dancing right there to their song."
Right. Well, it's so interesting because Nana would have been 93 September 7th. And she lived a very beautiful life, just a very beautiful life. And you think that would make it easy when someone leaves you. Like you think like she's been blessed. Not everyone is blessed to
Mhm.
live that long, to have the family she had. I mean, she was close with her great grandchildren. Like so incredible. I thought it would be easy. And when I say easy, just like not as hard as I've been taking it in the last week.
Right.
And it's crazy, just you and I were talking about this, how hard it's been. But I think when you're just so used to talking to someone and where you get your advice and all the little things, like, and when that's just taken, that's just gone, it's weird the whole, it like really does leave, right?
It's true. Well, you know, when we were chatting about that, like, right, it should feel easy, but I think because Nana was like a mom to us, that and you're in the same place. I'm still in the place where it feels weird, and it's like I'm trying to accept it, but I haven't. Like, you know, it's just,
Yeah.
you just want to call, you just want to text you. And so I think we're just still in that space where it's like you wish you could do those things and you can't. Sorry.
Yeah. Don't ever
But
be sorry. Never be sorry for being, for having feelings,
yeah.
you know? It's
It's
good.
just
It's
we're
like good to
still in the
let go
weird
like that.
phase, but yeah, but Nana was such a mom to us, and when I look, because her baby, which is our mom, she was a baby when she had us. So Nana was raising 3 girls at that point. And
That's
so
what it felt
Nana
like.
became so motherly. Yeah, and so losing Nana feels more of like losing a mom,
Yeah.
and all the feels that a mom gives you from love and protection and all the things. And so, and mom, who's still motherly, but is like a bestie because she's so young and I love it, and actually it's crazy because I was thinking of this. Mom's age, we will be a little bit older than Nana for the boys. So when you think about that,
Wow.
yeah,
That's wild.
we, I know. So, because mom's, the baby.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
so, yeah,
yeah,
but
it's been tough. But you know what?
it's been tough.
She's left us with a lot of great gifts as well. And I'll cherish those. And her legacy will live
Well,
on forever. That's for sure.
yeah. Oh, beyond. And when we got to text Aunt Tony to just say our last words to Nana, when you and I like sent those, and that was my thing, is like God gave me 2 great gifts in this lifetime, you and Mateo. And I will forever be grateful, and pop up as well.
Right.
But like we got the jackpot for grandparents in this
Yeah.
lifetime, that is for sure. And
Oh,
I
we
will always
did.
be
Well, and
forever
I think,
grateful for that.
yeah. And I mean, gosh, we were lucky because we got to fly to Bernie to be with her in her last couple days. And that was a
Oh,
gift in
I know.
itself.
It
So that
really
was like a
was.
really special
I'm
gift that,
so beyond grateful for that. And I'm not sharing the diamond ring with you, Brie, because when I was wearing it and I was sitting on the couch with Nana, She was so happy I was wearing it, and I go, "Well, Nana, I actually wear it every day." And she goes, "See, I
Did you
love
tell her who you
that.
took it
You."
from?
Yes. But I go, "It looks so good, right, with my rings?" And she loved it, so I just can't ever give it back, Brie.
I
It's
know, and you
just
can't give it back. That's
it's a part of
fine.
the rings every day, and the fact that, like,
She's given
how
me
she was, like,
plenty.
touching it and holding it, she has.
She's
Um,
given me plenty.
and and I just love too how she's like, how she gave us the portrait of her father to hang up in the speakeasy with everyone else,
Yeah.
and then of her. But she wanted us to have
Right.
that matches Pop's to have when she passes, and so and I mean, you guys, she was the cutest because she was very strong in the end. And she, our last call, which was a few days before she passed, she was like telling me about the catering she got for her funeral and how I'm gonna love the choir. And I was like, "Well, Nana, I would just rather have you there." It,
Yeah.
it was, it's hard. And she's like, "Oh, but honey, I'll be smiling down from heaven. So you are just going to love the food and the
Right.
choir." And I was like, "Oh my gosh," but only Nana,
I
like
know.
to be like her up until the
Right.
end, right?
Right. Well, it's interesting because I went to church like right after she passed. Um, and I wanted to go to the Catholic church to really feel her. And I feel like whether you're a believer or not, it's nice for me. Like, I don't know what it is about church. Like, I feel my family in it. Like, I feel like them. And I really felt Nana and Pop Up in
Uh-huh.
there. But one thing I loved at the priest said, and I was like, I have to remember it because death is hard. It's hard for all of us. How whatever we believe in or whatever we think the outcome is at the end of a life, no matter what, it's hard. And the priest is like, too many times we're concentrated on what group we belong to, and we put too much energy in fighting for things that at the end of your life don't really matter. And he's like, you don't have a U.S. citizenship, you have a heaven citizenship. Your journey isn't to see,
Oh.
how far you get in the US. Your journey is to get to heaven. And he said it better. He's a priest. But, I was kind of like, I needed to hear that because, I think death is so hard. Some people take it better than others, but it made me feel good, like listening to him and
Right.
just knowing, like, yeah, that is the number one goal. And it's part of life and it is a
I
celebration, even though it feels like it's not.
Well, and that's what I'm also you mom and I were talking about this. That is one thing I'm so grateful that Nana and Pop Up gave us is faith, because in the moments that can feel so heavy and so painful, then I think of where Nana's at. She is with the people she spent majority of her life with, her parents, her siblings, Pop Pop. One, she's out of pain, and then she's with them. And then that starts to make my heart not feel so heavy and hurting and empty. Is then I think, well, she is in the greatest place ever. She's back home. She's with Jesus. She's with all her loved ones, and she feels no pain. And that is
Right.
like what brings me happiness and can take me out of those moments. And I'm so grateful that she gave me faith and raised us in faith. And I love the fact that, like, she told mom on, stay close to God, Kathy. That was like, which my mom is, you guys, but like still just so motherly towards the end with her. And I just thought that was so
Oh, yeah.
cute. When
It
mom was
was.
telling me that. Oh, because that's so
Yeah.
Nana
The
always to say that. And even
cutest.
when I read all her text messages, it
Always.
would be like, "I just love you so much, Nicole, and stay close to God." But like how
Oh,
like amazing that we had that, right? Always, huh? It's so
oh, yeah.
cute.
Well, and our grandmother, I have to tell you guys, I mean, not only did she give us great advice and really helped guide Nicole and I through life, but she also was like a baddie. When we were young, my grandmother would take us to go toilet papering. Like, she's
Yeah.
like, what houses are we going to go toilet paper? And she would drive my cousins, Nicole and I, and my brother, to like Safeway, load up the shopping cart with toilet paper, and then she would drop us and then park the down the street. Even though there was sometimes
Yeah.
where we're sprinting past her car and she would get like so nervous and she'd like gas it the opposite way. And we always knew like meet back at the house. But, like, I think of all the
Yeah.
stuff she did younger, like, she would never probably do that with her kids. I'm sure she would scold them, but that's what's so amazing about grandparents' love. Like, they love their grandkids different.
They do, and they love them, and they still love them unconditionally, but they just love them a little bit different, right? That they know that
Right.
their kids that they raised are the teachers in it, and now they just get to love unconditionally with just love and no teaching.
Yeah, they get to
But,
be fun.
and, like, they get to be fun, and Nana, we had so many of those memories. That's why, like, I'll never forget the time when I was young and her and Pop-Up loved it, where you guys all went goofy golfing, but I wanted to stay and help clean their place, and they were like, "No, go have fun." I'm like, "No, I need to help you clean." I remember just, like, cleaning that day for them, and, and this
Yeah.
past year, like, I think of Nana and I's late night phone calls because you know how sometimes she would, go to bed really
Yeah.
late this past
Mhm.
year?
Yep.
So I would text or she would text, and then I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just up," when I took those, like, disconnected for a few months after, everything had happened, and the one thing I will say about Nana, and I know so many people would agree with this, like beyond our family, is Nana was able to let you see the rainbow and the light while you were still in the storm. Like
Yeah, for
she
sure.
brought that with her words and her wisdom, and no one will ever be like that to me again. But I just think of all those nights when it felt like it was done, like, my life was
Right.
over. And I just think of all of Nana's words and wisdom, and she just gave me such comfort and like
Yeah.
knowing, like, you're
Well,
right, things will be okay.
yeah, what was beautiful about it is she had very clear intentions in life. And the biggest one
Yeah.
was family and love and kindness. Like, very clear. And I think so many times as humans, some of us feel lost. We feel like we're constantly searching, like, who am I? What's my purpose? Like, what am I supposed to do? All
Yeah.
these things. Nana's intentions were clear. I'm going to raise a family. I'm going to make them good humans, and I'm going to love everyone. And I'm going to show kindness to my
Yeah.
neighbors, to I mean, that's why so many people reached out. My phone still doesn't stop of how many people has reached out about her. But I think we all can learn from that. That, like, sometimes we're
I
maybe
agree.
searching too hard. Sometimes we're trying to so hard to figure out life when it's simple. Love, show kindness, and the rest will all just come. I mean, when I look at Nana's 92 years, I think to myself, like, there's no one I've met more in my life that had clearer intentions. And it wasn't to be a CEO, it wasn't to win a gold medal. It was clearly just to love and raise a good family. And she did that. And she was able to watch pretty much almost, yeah, three generations of good humans. And, like, bravo,
Yeah.
Nana. Like, with your clear,
I know.
beautiful, simple intentions, you left three generations doing the same thing. And,
And with
that gives me
incredible
goosebumps to think about.
foundations. Yeah. Yeah.
Incredible. And so I think we can all, like, take something away. I think we all try too hard. And there's just so many tools nowadays, right? So we always are constantly feeling a little
Mhm.
unstable, like we need more, we need to think more. We're not doing it right. Maybe I am doing it right. I don't know. And I don't know, it's simple. We just need to be more simple
Yeah.
in thinking in our mind, you know?
Yeah. I agree.
Well, I feel like, Nicole, we could go on and on about Nana and how incredible of a person she was and just everything that she did for us and will continue to do. And so I just I I just feel so lucky that I was able to call her Nana.
I know. There's so many beautiful stories. And it was like you have said, not only earlier, but when we have talked, like, how do you put 41 years of your greatest moments with someone in a 30-minute conversation on 20 slides of photos and a caption? Like, you just can't. Not the impact that she gave us, that she left with us, the love, the foundation, just absolutely everything. She and Pop Up truly were the greatest gifts that God has given us in this life. And it's just, like you said, you and I, for the rest of our lives, our happy hours, our wine moments, our cooking moments, any moments sitting on a plane, we are going to be able to share the greatest stories that we had with Nana. And you just being in Tahoe, I know you have felt that so much. And every time we step into that speakeasy and we get to see all her things that she just loves. And when I look around my house of everything I have for her, I'm so blessed with her presence and beyond. And I just, even though how bad it hurts, I am so beyond grateful for the memories and everything that
Oh,
she has
yes.
instilled in me as a woman. Um, and she has been like, Jesus is my savior, but Nana was my savior here on earth. And
Mhm.
I just would not be the woman I am today or have lived the life that I have without her. And so I will forever be grateful for her and for God for giving her us as our grandmother. And it's still weird, but like they say, time heals and memories are forever. So
Oh, for sure.
I'm
I
very,
know.
very
And
blessed for that. And yeah,
no, yeah, for sure. And I think what's so beautiful about this summer, as you know, we were saying, like, what are we taking away from summer 2025? And I honestly believe it's just it's more than, grief. It's what we've been blessed with. And so I found this quote. It's actually, I found a Bible verse, and I thought it would be great. It's from Isaiah 35:10 for our inspiration and affirmation. And it says, earth has no sorrow that heaven can't heal. And I when I was really sad the other day, I saved this quote because it's true. And I was like, right now you and I might be really, really sad, but there's nothing that Nana now can't heal being up in heaven. And I just remind myself that every time I'm sad, it's like, okay, Nana, now make me smile, make me laugh. Let me feel your love,
it's so
right? And
true.
so I thought that was a
When
really
you
great
think of it,
verse.
yeah, I love that verse. Um, and it's truth. Like that's pure truth right there. And when you think of it, like really stop and think of it. When our loved ones pass on, we always look for signs. But where do we always look for these signs? In nature. Isn't it crazy how nature becomes even more beautiful? The sunsets, right? And this is from people that I know don't even appreciate Mother Nature as much. But then they look into the sunsets and the trees and the flowers and the hummingbirds and the birds and the whatever it may be. And
Bees,
it's
all of it.
crazy how all of it, how much more profound Mother Nature becomes when someone stepped to the has gone to the other side. So you saying that, and of course it's a Bible verse, it's like, yes, amen. It's so true.
Right. And
Wow.
so I thought that's a beautiful way to end things. And we're happy that we got to share it with all of you, and that you've, over the years, have got to see like really beautiful, tiny glimpses of Nana and what she meant to us.
Yeah. Yeah. She's the best. So I could
So,
just hear her giggling, saying, "Oh, girls.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh, for
girls.
heaven's
My
sakes.
girls." Yes.
Yeah.
Aw.
Well, you can find today's episode on our YouTube channel. You could also see videos of today's episode on all our social platforms. So, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. And for any updates or to see what upcoming guests we have, follow us on our social platforms so you're constantly updated. And you could also hear the Nikki and Brie Show on Stars 109.
Bye, everyone. You all have an amazing week. And Bree and I will catch up with you this coming Monday. Make sure to subscribe and like, but have a very, very beautiful weekend. Make sure to look for all the hummingbirds and hawks and blue dragonflies.